Okay, hi, Mrs. Workman. This is my proposal for the equine class for Dream Day. I'm very excited about it. After talking to Rena, it sounds like it would be really great for the students. I know that you probably know what Crossroads is, but just in case somebody watches this who doesn't, it is a local community nonprofit organization that offers children and adults with disabilities the benefits of equine assisted activities. Rena said that it would be fine if our students that came were students without disabilities. After talking with her, she was very, very grateful that MacArthur has contacted her and wants to work one-on-one with them. So the board of directors is listed on their website if you're interested in seeing who's on the board. Their location is listed right here. It's 8.5 miles east from what used to be 6 Points on Highway 54. We would have to travel there with up to 10 students. We wanted to keep it at 10 or less just so the students had the experience of more one-on-one time with the horses. If for some reason we couldn't get a bus, because I know that's sometimes hard to get, I have turned in my paperwork to be able to drive a school vehicle, so I thought maybe we could take a Suburban out there and I could just take less than 10 if I needed to. I would like to start with the benefits of horses for students, and really it's for humans in general, but we'll just stick to students right now. The first benefit is that working with horses is a healthy recreational outlet. I know that, it doesn't matter who you are, doing something fun and exciting is good for us, and I have probably a handful of students who might have some unhealthy coping skills already, and whether that might be unhealthy amounts of screen time at home or hanging out with peers who have poor influences on them, or maybe it's just not being engaged in anything at all. And we don't break old habits unless we have something to replace them with. So maybe this equine class could be that for some students. The next benefit is that horses are bigger than we are. And I know that doesn't sound like a benefit at all to start with, but once the students learn that, they can control something bigger and stronger and sometimes more stubborn than them, that's going to make them believe that they can handle things bigger than them in real life. So maybe they lost someone close to them, or maybe there's a new addition in the family. They're going to believe that they can control these things. So the next benefit is that horses mirror emotions. And what I mean by that is I might have a student who's just full of energy and can't stop moving and is all over the place. And for that student, if we match them with a horse, the horse is going to mirror that emotion. They might be energetic. It might be hard to get the horse to walk at a calmer pace, and vice versa. If I have a student who doesn't really have any motivation at all to complete any tasks, that horse is going to mirror that emotion, and it's going to take the student to really dig deep and stay present and work harder to get that horse to move. So what it really means is that they're going to have to learn how to deal with themselves. So the next benefit is that horses help build emotional bonds and attachments. Some people are just able to love an animal a lot quickly than they are people. And these kids will bond with their horses. I know it'll just be, a few weeks that we go out there, but they will build a bond with them. And they can eventually transfer those feelings and emotions to bonding with people too. So the next benefit is that horses teach us to trust. And when I say that, a lot of people think that I mean it teaches them to trust the horse. And while by the time we're done, they will trust each other, what I mean by that is that they're going to learn to trust themselves. And it's going to teach them that they really believe that they can do something. So the next benefit is that horses teach us respect. Horses are very honest animals, and they give back what's put into the relationship. So if a student treats them well, the next time that student goes out there to see the horse is going to be happy to see them. You know, and the horses don't care whether we have the latest new shoes or if we wear the same clothes as the other students. So what they really end up teaching the students is that what really matters is how we treat each other. So, and the last benefit is that horses teach us to enjoy work. You know, we can't just take the students out there and say, here's the horse, go lead it around. You know, we're going to have to teach them how to brush the horse and exercise the horse, and it's fun, and the kids are going to like the work that they're going to have to do. So lots of great benefits that the students could learn from this. What they would do is that they would start on the ground, and I put start because just for this year I think that it's best that we start small. And Rena did say that, you know, with students who haven't had any experience with horses, it's probably not best just to go put them on top and say, you know, go right around. So we would stay on the ground every time that we went out there, and the students would also have a helmet on, even though they are on the ground. They would have a helmet on when they were around the horse. So they would learn how to brush, comb, and pet the horse. They would learn how to lead the horse through an obstacle course in the arena, and they would be learning all this with all the safety information. For example, there is a proper way to hold a lead rope. If you wrap the lead rope around in a circle and the horse takes off, it's going to pull you with it. If you kind of like zigzag the lead rope and hold it in your hand like this and the horse takes off, the lead rope's just going to slide out of your hand, which is going to keep you safe and not hurt. So they're going to learn where to stand when brushing and how to walk around a horse. Clearly, you shouldn't ever walk directly behind the horse, as well as you shouldn't ever walk underneath the horse's neck. On top of all of that, they'll get to learn the technical horse color names and markings and parts. For example, a lot of times I hear kids say that's a yellow horse or a golden horse, and it's not. The technical color for that horse is palomino. The markings, sometimes horses have white marks on their lower part of their legs, and those are called socks. If they have a white stripe down their face, that's called a blaze. And like their mane and tail, a lot of kids call that their hair, and it's not their hair, it's a mane and it's a tail. So the dates and times for this would be in March, and I know that March is still part of the February Dream Day, which right now I'm doing the science fair, but Sarah is partnering with me on that and has agreed to take over after the science fair is over and to keep the remaining kids to continue doing science fair or science activities with if I were able to take 10 kids out to Crossroads. So the dates that we would travel to the location are March 2nd, March 23rd, and March 30th. The dates that we wouldn't travel is the 9th because that's our spring break, and the 16th because that's Rena Cross's spring break. And on those dates, her and I have a plan. That's when I would keep the 10 kids here at MacArthur, and she said that she has pictures of all of the colors and markings and everything that I could be teaching the kids on those days. So due to the time of travel out there, Rena recommended that I request to leave from MacArthur at 2, which would put us at Crossroads around 2:15, which would give them 45 minutes before we had to leave at 3 o'clock to return by 3:15. Liability, I talked to Rena a lot about. I expressed concerns as a district and as an admin for MacArthur, and she was concerned, or she had a concern with that too, you know, because nobody wants to get in trouble. So she told me what to put in the release of liability form, and I also created a parent letter to send home with the release of liability form. I'll just open it up here, and you can read this further if you want, but I did include the district's name as well as Crossroads and all of the board of directors. I put the dates that we would be traveling there and be around the horses, and the student name and the parent signature. So this is the parent letter that I included to go home with it. I did reiterate and bold and underline that their child would remain on the ground at all times. And I also invited the parents to come out if they do allow their child to do this, and to watch from a distance, because I know that if it was my child getting to do something so awesome, I would want to see the excitement on their face. So, okay. And I also am aware that our district attorney would have to look over this to make sure that all the legalities are there. So, okay. Thank you so much for watching this. I feel very good about it, and I'm very excited to hear back from you. So, thank you.